Hi once again, everyone, and welcome to our Monday Morning Jumpstart. It's a way to get your work week started off with some leadership, personal development, and communication techniques and some tips and strategies for helping to get your week started off right. I'm Jeff Whitaker, and I'm glad you've joined us once again. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from many of you out there, and I'd like to hear more from you, both here on Facebook and also when I meet you in public and just emails that I'm receiving, and just getting a lot of great feedback on some of the material we've been sharing. We've talked about several things in these past few weeks, ways that you can jumpstart your leadership, ways that you can help move your career ahead, move your leadership skills to the next level. Today, I want to talk to you about something. It's really some personal advice that I gave to a friend not long ago. We were talking about their desire to make a move, a career move. They were looking to do things and get more in their wheelhouse, their area of interest where they really have a passion, where they really want to be. But their big problem was, they said, I don't know how to get from where I am right now to where I want to be. And here's the analogy I used for them. I said, I want you to think of this like you would taking a trip. And I described it to them this way. I said, when you begin to take a trip, a road trip, and it's to someplace you've never been before, most likely, if you were to draw a circle around the area where you live, you probably know the area roads, maybe 15 miles from where you are, 20, maybe an hour out. You know how to get to an hour away from where you live. But then once you get beyond that, you start to run into some unfamiliar territory. So I said, let's look at where you want to go, and let's look at it like you were taking a road trip. And so I explained it to them this way. If you were traveling from here, and I live in New Jersey, and I'd say, let's say you wanted to go to someplace in Ohio from New Jersey, and you knew how to get as far as Philadelphia. Okay, so you know what to do. But then once you get to Philadelphia, you're not sure the best route to take in order to get through to this place you want to go to in Ohio. Where's the most practical route to take? And so at that point, you might start using Google, or you might pull out a physical map, or you might just go to your GPS and try to figure it out, and look for the different routes and the alternative ways of going. And maybe there's some construction along the way, or maybe you won't know that construction until you get a little bit closer. Here's the point of the analogy of what I'm saying to you. Go as far as you know how to go. And then from there, map out to the next point. And then to the next point. And then to the next point. So if you know where you want to head, what your ultimate goal is, sometimes you're so stuck. Sometimes you're so paralyzed where you are. You said, I don't even want to take the first step. I don't want to step out the front door. I don't want to get into my car. And sure, I know how to get to Philadelphia, but then once I get to Philadelphia, I'm going to panic. I don't know where to go from there. So here's what I would say to you. If you know how to get to Philadelphia, then that's the easy first step. Map your road out to Philadelphia. Then once you've arrived in Philadelphia, map out what the next step is. So we said this last week. What is it that's holding you back? What's keeping you from being where you want to be? And I said that 80% of the time, 80% of you out there know exactly what it is that's holding you back. So what do you do to get then to where you want to go? Take the first step. You say, but that's not every step. I believe it was Dr. Martin Luther King that basically said something about taking steps. He talked about taking one step at a time, and that all he needed to see was the next step. And then when he saw that, he would move on to the next step. And that you don't need to see beyond the next step in front of you. Now, that doesn't mean there's no cause for planning, that there's no need to really try to map things out and think things out. Of course, you can try to do that. But take the step that you can take now. Because you know what that's going to do? It's going to bring you one step closer to where you want to get, to what you want to achieve. So take that first step. You know what it is. You know what that first step is you have to take. The only problem is it's like stepping into a body of water and not knowing how to swim. Because once you dive in, well, then you're out there. Now what do you do? So here's what you do. You start your momentum by taking that first step. And now that you've taken that first step, it'll do a couple of things for you. First of all, it'll give you that self-confidence, that inner feeling that, yes, I can do this. In fact, I've already started to do this. So it gives you that, it builds that confidence within you that says, I can make this work. I know how to get to where I want to go, or at least I know the next step. Then what's going to happen is, invariably, when you take that first step, and going back to our analogy again, when you get to Philadelphia, you know what you're going to find when you get to Philadelphia? There's going to be a sign. And the sign is going to tell you how to get to the next step. And then when you get to that next step, you know what there's going to be? There's going to be a sign, or there's going to be a indication in the roadway that this is the way you go to get to your next step. That's why there are road markers all along the way. That's why sometimes when you're 2 hours out from a location, you don't see the name of the city that's your destination. But you know what you see? You see the next major city up. And then when you get to that, you see the next major city. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the sign for the city you want to get to will appear. And that shows that you're getting close. So take the first step, and then take the next step. And I encourage you to take the next step and the next step. And one day, you'll reach your goal. Now, we're going to talk about strategies in the weeks ahead and things that you can do to help ensure you're traveling on that right roadway and how to go about doing that. But what I encourage you to do right now is think about that end goal, think about where you want to be, then figure out how much do I know already about how to get there. And you do know something, I can guarantee you. You may be kidding yourself saying you don't, but you do. So whatever that first step is, step out in that leap of faith and take it and move into the direction that you want to go. And it'll make you a better leader. It'll make you a better individual, both on the job and personally as well. So I'm Jeff Whitaker. Thanks for being with us, and spread the word. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down if you don't enjoy what you're seeing, but spread the word and let others know about these Monday morning meetings that we have, these times when we get together with a little bit of encouragement. I hope it's been of some value to you, and let others know about it. And in the meantime, go out and make a difference.